It's a little different than what I'm usually doing. For anybody interested, this is a Vulcan Heastan. He's a Salamanders Firedrake. And of all the pieces that I painted, he is my favorite. But Games Workshop, this is an old fine cast model. They haven't updated him in a long time. So, like running him on the tabletop, I found this Etsy model. Oh no, his spear broke. But it's a little more of an updated version of him. Where did his spear go? Well, that ain't good. Great. So I guess first things first is we should fix that, huh? The only problem with these resin models is, what's up, Ian? My arm is fucked. I probably shouldn't swear this early in the stream, but I don't know if you can see it's all purple from here to here. So there's two bicep tendons. You see this one right here? It's hard as a rock. This one nowhere. So this tendon comes across here, and this one comes here. This one went blink. So I haven't really lost any range of motion, but I only have one of the two biceps. So this outside one that comes across here is the one that's snapped. So I would still have most of my strength. And surprisingly, it doesn't really hurt because it's separated. It came off the bone. There's nothing there. But when I try to just moving it around's okay, but when I try to pick stuff up, that's when it becomes an issue. Incidentally. So let's fix Vulcan here first. I need the gel. Okay. And I need this is an accelerant. Let's get her where we want her. The hard part is pushing against something. Straight. Only get a few seconds. Once that's set, we can then clean it up a little. I actually bought this thing to do my toenails, and it sucks because it has no torque. You just stop it. How the hell are you going to grind anything with this? But it works pretty good. For cleaning up model kits. So, you can see the kind of, I don't know if you can tell, you see he doesn't have his cape or the Vulcan's cloak, or whatever you call it. You can kind of see the spear. It's now when you buy these off of Etsy, they're not allowed to copy Games Workshop, otherwise I get sued. So it's not going to be in a one-to-one, but I can run him on the tabletop instead of him. And this guy, I paint. I mean, you can't really tell. It's kind of the bad camera lighting, but I spent a long time painting this guy. And I don't know, just thought that was cool. Came with an actual salamander fire drake. I don't know if any of you guys are into Warhammer. All right. Just got made fun of for drinking my cat's piss. Do you have any advice? Just keep at it, man. See where it takes you. Just stopping by in a minute to say, what's up, Spencer? Did you make a decision regarding the meat yet? I did. Here's my thoughts. I've got a 1,610 total at age 50. I posted that in September, and I was sick that meet. So I didn't get the bench press I wanted. I got a 620-pound squat. I got like a 350-pound bench, but I did all right with the deadlift. I think I got like 650, 660, somewhere in there. If I can't beat that, what is the point of competing? Now, I won't get ranked this year until I compete, so I'll be unranked. Last year, I was ranked #1 for my weight and age. There's another meet in September. The only thing that kills me is I'm crushing it on squats. Like, I was going to mangle that national record. But if I'm not going to perform, if I'm not going to get the numbers I want to get, I'm still qualified to compete at Worlds and Nationals because of the meet I had in September. So I've already got my numbers for the year. I don't even need to compete at Worlds. The surgery's next week, Friday. They're just going to go. They already got an MRI. They already imaged it. I have a doctor's consultation tomorrow. They're doing the surgery prep. I got everything lined up. The VA got me right in. As soon as they saw what happened, they scheduled me immediately. So we're looking at 4 weeks before I can do anything with the arm, 6 weeks before I can start training. I'll be in physical therapy, and then realistically 6 months before it's back at full strength. But here's the cool thing. I don't need the bicep for any of the 3 lifts, really. I'm going to change my grip. I'm going to start using hook grip. I was messing around with hook grip before, and the only reason why I don't use hook grip is because you have to build the calluses up in your thumbs, and it's super uncomfortable. But I can hold more weight with it. I've always used supinated. I've just been comfortable with it. I've been using it for 11 years and never had any problems. But that's like saying, man, my car ran great until I hit that tree yesterday. It was perfectly fine before. I don't know what's wrong with it now. Sometimes you just gotta, what's the Marine saying? You gotta adapt. You gotta overcome. How does that thing paint? Which one? Not into Warhammer, but the sculpture's sick. Thank you. I mostly like painting more. We do play, and I'm super into the lore. But you can spend hours. Like, you don't even need to be into Warhammer to watch the lore. Like all the videos and movies and video games and all that stuff. But I just love painting figurines. Normally, my son will be we're gonna have a paint off. I've got this is Commander Farsight, and he's got Shadow Sun, and we're gonna have a paint off. Shadow Sun comes with 2 drones, and she's got an invisibility cloak. So even though he's got plot armor, on the tabletop they did a 1v1, and she beat him 3 out of 4 times. So she's actually the stronger character, believe it or not. But anyway, we're going to have a paint off. See who can do it better. If my son's watching, I'll save you the time. Me. The best, strongest Battlegrounds player. Do you play Battlegrounds? Konnichiwa, Soul Ninja. Totally understandable. The meats don't mean anything anyway. You're just beating your own. Yeah, exactly. I didn't care. Well, so that's not true. So here's the issue, Spencer. Because I've been competing in the USPA for so long, all of the guys are here in Nevada, and when they do local meets in Nevada, it's interesting because all the international judges show up. You got the president of the USPA's name's Steve Dennison. He hosts the meet. They got an awesome gym. It's called Camp Rhino. I see all my entire old team's getting back together. Lon's going to be competing. Tori's going to be competing. Steve won't be, but he's going to be refereeing. So it's like a family reunion. So it's just a meaningless local meet, but it's like everybody's there, you know. And I can still, I'm going to drop in and support everybody, anyways. Um, why are my arms so small? Funny story about that. How did? Yeah, I tore right off BJB. You play RuneScape? Yes, but it has been a very long time. I wouldn't call myself an aficionado. Let's see. Should I use? I don't know if I'm going to break out the airbrush today or not. I've actually got a few of them. He cleaned it. Yeah, probably that one's the Iowata. So I've got a giant pile of shame that I've been meaning to catch up on. I literally have like probably $4,000 or $5,000 worth of figurines that are either in boxes, half put together. Inside the house is a display case with our finished ones, and I have an entire 5,000 point Salamanders army. I've got probably 1,000 points of battle sisters. I got 1,000 points of orcs. I got 1,000 points of bloodthirsters. I'm sorry. Which of the chaos ones? Not word bearers. They're the corn berserkers. Ooh, let me see here. We got a ton. Oh, I got Grey Knights. I got these are my Firedrakes. I need to finish these bad boys. I got some Custodes here. I got Sisters of Silence. Bam. And then of course we got random Dungeons and Dragons pieces. We got Necrons. Oh, check this out. Oh, I just burned myself. Hello. I'm kitbashing. I've melted some Necrons to make it look like this guy's going to get airbrushed. I got a plastic welder. I got it plugged in there. Be careful of that thing. Knee pain, what's up? Christina Remington, what's up? How are you? That's my wife. She's in the bedroom. Would it be hard or difficult for someone to stab you? Right now, it'd be pretty easy. Yeah, you heard about the surgery? Yeah. Well, now I get to paint Warhammer. Hypothetical question. Yeah, no, it's I love the local meets. I really do. They're just there's something magical about them. As a matter of fact, when I went all the way to Alabama, when Christina and I drove to IPL Worlds in 2022, it was the first time I ever competed at Worlds. I didn't know as many people. It wasn't as cool, They had a handful of the IPL judges there. Those are the international guys. And I was telling my wife, I was like, it's better in Vegas at the local meets. You see more people. It's just a lot more fun atmosphere. Plus, I'm kind of like, admittedly, maybe I'm a bit of a narcissist, but they kind of treat me like royalty. When I show up, everyone's like, yeah, you're here. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm here, guys. I would have, I looked at the roster. I definitely would have, not guaranteed, but I would have had the highest total in the meet. I would have been the strongest lifter, regardless of age. Which is actually kind of a bummer because we still haven't recovered from COVID. After COVID, it shut a bunch of the big gyms down in Vegas, including Iron Addicts. I want to say the Dragon's Lair moved. There was Angry Joe's. Brandon Allen's gym is still open. But all the guys moved to California, so all the really, really big, like Rich Piano's 5%ers, like those, I didn't like those guys anyways. They're a bunch of cornballs, but the the really big guys, like the 300-pound plus dudes that are squatting 800 pounds, we don't see those guys anymore. Like, so if I'm the strongest guy at a competition in Vegas, there's something wrong, And I guess maybe I don't give myself enough credit because I have I'm totally mid 1600s, low 1700s, which is, for a local meet that would put you at the top. But to be the strongest guy 2 meets in a row, I'm like, where's all the big dudes? Where did all the gorillas go? Poppy Payne. Is that my son? Bobby, is that you? Aiden? I love you from Saudi Arabia. I'm 7. What's up? Doc, I have a question. Would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? Ah, da-da. Okay. Night pot activated. Doc, how long did you work on that joke? Did you, you one of them guys that sits on the toilet and tries to... You got me, though. All right. So, here's what we need to do. This guy, I want to make his scales look like they're glowing. And to do that, we're going to put on a little bit of a... We're going to go with titanium white. Which my daughter isn't closing properly. And we are going to water it down. I'm not going to use this brush here. Let me get let's see. That one should work. Get her wet. We want about 3 to 1 water. We want it really watered, almost like a wash. Now, I actually do have some, let me unplug this heater. I do have some new paints. These are metallics. New. These are just regular paints, just colors I didn't have. These are washes. Are these washes? So do I have any white ones? That's interesting. So I got a bunch of washes. Maybe I can use it, but we don't have anything that's white. Alright, so we'll just use this white here. And I just wanted to run down the cracks, because we're going to dry brush over it. So the theory is the cracks the recesses will show bright white, or actually white's going to be the base color. I'll probably go with like a fluorescent orange or something that'll look like fire. And I want his scales to glow. Let me see here. I'm just going to run this down the ridge of his back. We really want it to be watery. And it doesn't matter if it goes over other stuff, because it's going to be painted over anyways. You can even add water to let it run down. That's about as much as you're going to see there. Maybe we'll do... This is going to be fire. Let's get his eyes. Easy way to do glow effects, if you put white down first, like a little spot where you want it to glow, you can dry brush over it. For anyone that wants to know, this is a wet palette. There we go. And then I'm going to want to make his mouth glow too. Anywhere you want it to glow, just put a little white down. And then as the color spreads out, it'll darken. But it'll be super light where the white is. And we can almost do like a glow effect. See, I'm painting, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm painting the recesses of his mouth like white. And at this stage, it doesn't matter if you get it other places. Let me try. Mess around. And I'll probably use an airbrush to do. All right, where are we at with the comments? Yes, we are doing Warhammer 40k. Although this is a proxy model. This is not a War Games Workshop model. This is a Vulcan he stand. He's a Salamanders Firedrake, and this is the actual Games Workshop character. So I know the lighting's not the best. I'm gonna have to work on getting better lighting, I think. Let me see here. Where's that plug? I don't know what I did with it. I have a light, but I don't know where the plug end is. How's the arm? It is, the bicep tendon is severed. Teletubbies figurines. You send me one, I'll paint it. Thank you, Lisa. Acrylic wet palette. Yes. Yeah, I use all acrylics. How's the arm looking? Boozer Bazard. It's screwed. It's the tendon's completely severed, so I don't know if you can see one side to the other. One of these things. See, I'm flexing it right now. Nothing over here. It just. I mean, it still kind of looks like it's there. But if you look at the other arm, there seems to be a little discrepancy. How did you sever it? Jesus, the Lord of Glory. Deadlifting. Very heavy deadlift. 635 pounds, which was actually not even as heavy as I needed to go. Matthew Miller. I've been going through the 5 stages of grief. First there was the denial, oh man, I'm good. It didn't hurt that bad. I could still compete. And then there was it denial, anger, just mad, just angry. Like after 11 years, how could this happen to me? And then I went through self-pity. Oh, poor me. I worked so hard. And then I got to acceptance. Oh man, it's not that big a deal. But then I went to see my doctor, and my doctor said, well, it's completely severed, so you can't injure it more, so why don't you compete? My doctor said that. So then, oh man, he threw me for a loop. I was already good. I was not going to compete. I was already telling everybody I'm dropping all the meat, and I went to see my doctor, and he said, you can't hurt it more. And he's right. You cannot injure something that is not there. It is literally detached from my arm. I can't hurt it more. But there's other parts. I was thinking about it. I'm like, can I handle the eccentric to a heavy bench? Because I can, I'm pushing on the table. I can push. It's my triceps. I can push just as hard on each side. But the weight to bring it down, can I handle that? Maybe. And then if I do a deadlift, can I? Yeah, I could. If I can hold it, I could still pick it up if I keep my arms straight. The whole idea is if your arms are locked out, you're not using your biceps. But if I'm trying to pick 700 pounds up, or 650, we'll even say, just to get the numbers I wanted. Yeah. What is the upside? The upside is I would get the national record for the total, get the national record for the squat. But the downside is I could really hurt myself, and then I'll be screwed. I won't be able to compete again. Like, God forbid if I pop the other one. Like, I don't know, man. So, and I had to run through the 5 stages of guilt again. I was like, you asshole, why did you tell me that, you piece of shit? He didn't tell me I should compete. He said, well, all he said was, "Wow, you can't injure it more." And like, yeah, exactly. There you go. See, doctor said I should compete. uh, yes, I have historically used a supinated grip, which is supinate, uh, or hook grip, which is you lock your thumbs in. Now, I haven't used hook grip in a while. It You have to build calluses up in your thumbs, and it's really painful at first. So I kind of got away from it, but I think I'm going to go back to it because if you use hook grip, it's almost impossible to injure your biceps. Uh, yeah. So I mean, we're talking like 6 months, and there's another competition here in Vegas at the same spot at the end of the year, just like that last year. I can make a comeback. This will give me opportunity to really, really dive into Muay Thai because while I am rehabbing, I won't be able to spar, but I can still do the technique days. I already talked to the coach, his name Nick Blomgren, and he said there's no reason why I can't come in and do the technique days and actually hone some of my skills. So that'll give me something to do while I'm rehabbing. Rodrigo, if you want me to take my shirt off, you got to pay me. Uh, so are you hopping off cycle for a bit? Yeah, I'm down to HRT levels. I never come off completely because I'm 50. But yeah, I'll be taking minimum PED use. I'll come off completely for surgery. So until surgery's over, I'm not going to take anything. What would be my top exercises to build muscle and strength? I've got 5 of them: squats, bench, deadlift, overhead press, rows. Not bench. That's 5. Yeah. Those 5 lifts, that's all you need. You do those 5 lifts and do a progressive overload, you'll never need to do another damn exercise. Does that mess with you mentally not being on a little extra anabolics? No. I hardly run anything. See, this is the thing. I don't really talk to you guys about this stuff because it's stupid. Nobody's going to believe me. Everybody thinks I'm on a ton of shit. I'm already on just a tiny bit more than what you would take for doctor prescription. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hardly running anything anyways. Everybody thinks I'm on this massive amount of drugs, and I'm not. It's like, I'm 50 years old. Like, I don't want to kill myself. You know what I mean? But the reason why I don't really try to sell that to you guys is because, one, people are going to believe what they want to believe, and there's no way for me to prove it. I could go show you my blood work, but, like, I'm just not going to do all that. It's like the same people that when they bench, they show each plate, including the little, like the 5s and the 2.5s, because they're like, see, I'm not lying. I said I benched 300 pounds or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Someone can accuse me of fake weights. I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't give a shit. You either believe me or you don't. But it's like, I don't know. It's you think about it. So I was 100% natural till almost the age of 46 years old, right? 100% natural. Never even thought of taking PEDs. Is it possible that because I've never taken anything, when I went on, I might have been a little bit of a hyper responder because a lot of guys abused them throughout their youth, and as you, the more you take, the more you need to take, that kind of thing. So I don't really need to take much. I was already pretty damn strong to begin with as a natural lifter. The guy at the gym keeps looking at me during my workout. Does he have a crush on me? Dylan. Well, there's only one way to find out. Here's what you do, Dylan. Go up to him and say, I have the same pair of shorts. And just see what he says. Totally innocent. We both have the same pairs of shorts. It's funny. I actually have a story. I was wearing these shorts, and everybody said they looked pretty gay. And I went to the gym with my wife, and another dude was wearing them. I'm like, yes, see? Another man is wearing them. So I went up to him, and I said, bro, I got the same pair of shorts. And he looks at me and goes, I love these things. Aren't they comfortable? And I was like, ah, shit. Yep, that's a true story. And I'm still wearing them, god damn it. Sire Eggs Benedict, if you live in North America or Central America, there's going to be a total lunar eclipse tonight during 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the moon is going to be bright red. North America or Central America, 2:30. So that's let's see, we're 3 hours behind Eastern. That is in what, 3 hours? Back away slowly. That's good. Well, I wanted one of those Toyota SUVs, the FJ Cruiser or something like that. And one of my boys was like, man, that thing is gay as shit. And then for like the next 2 months, I see that, yeah, yep, that's how it works, Gerald. I like the FJ Cruiser, and it's really hard to find older ones because they're super expensive. They're more expensive than the new ones, to be honest with you. If you could find an older one, but you can't go wrong with a Forerunner. I had a man. I was working up at the mines, and we just had Delafeed, and the mine went bankrupt, and they gave me severance pay. They gave me like 3 months' pay, and I had a 1991 two-door. Wow, not two-door Forerunner. Super rare to find. It had a 34-inch Goodyear, the Kevlar ones on it with a little 3-inch lift kit. And I did not want to sell it, but we were running out of money. And as soon as I sold it, like the week I sold it, I got a job offer. And my wife, she's a hell of a salesperson because I didn't think it was worth. I don't know. I thought it was worth about $3,500, and we had done like $2,000 worth of work to it. We got the transmission and stuff done, or I don't know, the main seal, something like that. And she wanted to make her money back because that's a lot of money. So she says, I'm gonna put it on up for sale for $5,000. I said, you're never gonna get $5,000 for this thing. She goes, I'm gonna do it, and you watch how it works. And I didn't think for a second she would get anywhere near $5,000. And sure enough, guy came by. And he didn't pay her $5,000, but he talked her down to like 40, what was it, 45, 4,800, 4,800 bucks. And I kind of felt like I was ripping him off. I didn't think it was worth that much money, but I'll be damned if she didn't get it. She got that money. And I would have got 3,000 for it. But I really, really wish I would not have sold it because it is almost impossible to find a two-door. So what I'm doing is I'm washing white down the scales of this guy because I'm going to dry brush over him, and I want the scales to look like they're glowing. So I'll start with white, and I will probably go over it with like a fluorescent yellow or something that looks like flames, and then that'll spread out and it'll darken. He's going to be breathing fire too, so we'll get the inside of his mouth white. Actually, these flames here, flames are whitest at the bottom and they darken as they go out. So you can kind of see the flames I painted on this guy. I don't know if the lighting's that good. So we want the base to be white. For any of you guys that play Warhammer, this is a salamander. This is the fire-breathing lizard on the planet Vulcan. Or no, not Vulcan, Nocturne. Planet Nocturne. Vulcan is the primary. Sorry about that. My bad. That's my wife's ringtone, incidentally. What's up, babe? My YouTube page has lots of paintings. I'm a big car geek too. I'll check it out, Lisa. That's awesome. The kid, everybody paints. I do illustrating. I don't know if you can see in the background there. I got my sketch pad. Oh, damn it. Son of a bitch. Emergency. I used to be back in the day, I was a comic book illustrator, believe it or not. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh! Fucking mess here. The problem with these models, everything catches on them. If the phone drops out of the cradle, it breaks all the weapons off of all of them, and it's a disaster. Do we have any casualties? Nope, we're good. This one's pewter. This is an old D&D model I found. It's actually made out of metal. Got my Sisters of Silence. All right, where was I? What are your thoughts on how games works out? So, check it out, Duet. As a joke, this is my female Custodes. I did that as a joke. I said, if you're going to make a female Custodes, that's what she should look like. And then this was what I thought of maybe a female Space Marine should look like. Notice that the armor isn't... they're like, well, that armor wouldn't protect anybody. And I'm like, it's fantasy, moron. Stay out of my fantasies. I'm a 12-year-old boy. I don't want to... I want to see boob armor. Oh, yeah, so no, this is a Space Marine I drew based off of a model that somebody made in Etsy of a female Space Marine. And I drew it. I thought that would look cool. These are all just sketches that I was doing. So, in honor of the female... I'm not sure what I was going for with that one. These are my big booby Eldars. I actually drew an orc. Oh yeah, they said orc could be trans, and even though orcs have no gender at all, I thought that was... I drew that one up. I thought that would, there's my representation. I just do sketches. These are nothing like... I would hardly call these like finished products. This is just sketches that I do. One of these days, I'm going to break the rapidograph pens out and do like a really, really good commissioned piece. I was trying to work with shadows on that one and just markers, like because I haven't drawn in so long, I was trying to practice to get the line work down. And I actually think I'm much better with pencils than I am with inks, but you got to practice. And then for anybody that says, well, Eldari don't look like that, Yeah, they do. These are literally the models. all, these are all like exactly 1-to-1 who I drew. Like, she ain't wearing armor, boys. You know? And it's like, okay, we used to play, the girls said, "You're objectifying women. Look at Laura Croft. No woman has boobs like that." So, it's a video game. I mean, who looks like He-Man? They talk about objectifying women. I mean, men don't look like that either. Oh man, I'm knocking all my shit over. Showing you guys my stuff. Hold on here. If this falls behind the TV, that's going to be a bad deal. There we go. These are my airbrushes. I got like 4 of them. I do not want those to fall behind the workbench. All right. Let's see. Your style reminds me of Chris Manson's pencil work in the 90s. Yeah. I wish I showed you. I wish I could show you my. I think my pencil works better than my ink. I think I've ruined them when I started inking them. Do I have any of the pencil ones? That's one I did. I kind of used my wife, and I made like a. That's just a quick pencil sketch I did. And my daughter's got some chops too. I got a video where her and we did an anime tutorial, and she drew the. You can check this video out. It's on my page. We did the exact same sketch using the same tutorial, and I think hers turned out better than mine, to be honest with you. Is it just me, or is this camera closer? Let me see something here. Is that better? There we go. Okay. What kind of paints do I use? So, let me see here. I have a carousel. I don't really want to. Let me turn my camera around here. I'll show you. So, let's see here. I have this carousel right here. And now on the bottom, these are like my fluorescent paints. These are just all like, you could just buy these at the fabric store. But these all glow with lighting. Then I got a lot of the Citadel ones. I have a ton of those all around there. And then I really like Army Painter. These are really good. And then on the top, it's just like the junk ones that come with models. We just keep those for whatever. And then over there, I've got a whole bunch of brand new paints. And I got a whole bunch there that I haven't opened. Those are all contrast, metallic, but those are all Army Painter. But what's really, really awesome, and I've been using the crap out of these, are these paint markers that you can buy. These are acrylic paint markers. You can buy them at Michael's. And for just doing everyday stuff, they are awesome. These things kick butt. These are Gundam markers. I love these things. And I'll do, sometimes I'll use the airbrush. I got the airbrushes. God, everything's dusty. So, a long story short, I use a variety of paints. I just try different brands out just to see which ones work, which ones don't. Thank you, Cantus. Looks like Apology Girl from Breaking Bad. I'll send one with paintings next. Okay, absolutely. You look like He-Man. Thanks, JJ. Also, Mortal Kombat, all the guys have 30-inch biceps. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they say we objectify women. Well, here's something they found out. They did a survey, they actually surveyed women to find out. One, all the women said they complained about women being objectified in video games, so they all said they didn't like it. However, the survey also said that all of the women preferred to play attractive characters when they're playing video games. So none of them wanted to be the DEI characters. They wanted to be the hot chick. And like I will fully admit that I am an infant 14-year-old boy inside, and I play near automata just to watch her butt when she runs. That is why I like that game. I don't care. It's my game. It's fantasy. It's not real, and I want to see hot anime booby waifus like killing giant demons and stuff. Okay, Laura Croft was perfect. I like jiggle physics, but I mean, I also think the men like okay, nobody's built like Baki, right? But we love watching it. um, so, Lisa, you're saying let me know if that worked. I'm not 100% certain what you're. What is supposed to be work here? Just checking your channel out. Oh, cool. Yeah, you got what are you? Did you send me something, or am I supposed to be looking out for something? Yeah, you're an artist. Hello, right on. My wife's a awesome painter, and her line art's really good too. So she's actually a really good sketch artist as well. I do tattoos. Um, so we have our entire family's artists. The pipe I carved. So my wife had this beautiful Saint Bernard. Her name was Baby, and she passed away. So I carved this, and I actually used this. uh, yeah, I do. My son draws. He's more like the comic book stuff. My daughter, she does everything. She's a I guess she's like dad. She just does whatever. We also do Gundams too. Yeah, I got like 10 boxes of these bad boys. Uh, let's see. Use some really nice paint for the first time. Local Comic Con's mini painting event. Only ever use acrylic paints. Watered down with more acrylic medium. Thanks for the peek into your paint. So, uh, flawless faker. So there is one distinction with the paint markers. These I love the paint markers, especially the metallic ones. There's chrome ones, like literally, I have a chrome marker, and it is chrome. If I paint a piece, it looks like chrome. So these are all acrylic, but some of them are oil based. So this is an oil based acrylic. You cannot mix the oil and the regular acrylic because there's some sort of a thinner in them. It'll gum up and turn nasty. So the if you do buy these markers, and I love them. I mean this guy. So I don't know if you could see his. So what I did is I used Nocturne Green to do the dark the recesses, and then I used a green metallic marker and just colored over it to do the highlighting. And I thought it turned out beautiful. I did all the gold with markers. I did like a two-tone rose gold and then a lighter one on top of it. This guy was almost 100% painted by marker with the exception of his cape, which I used dry brushing for. Um, where was I going with it? You just got to make sure they dry. If you use the oil base and then the other ones, you got to just make sure they dry before you go over them. Otherwise, they get all lumpy. And if for no other reason than just to do the metallics, it's just a huge time saver. Stuff like it's got if you get the real fine tips and you want to do like eyeballs, it's great. Just a little dot doink, you got it. Like as we get older, um, the motor skills, they just kind of go a little, and it can be hard to get that little you don't want to mess it up. uh, so I think that's good on the white. I'm spending more time talking to you guys. Now, if there's anything else that needs to be light on this thing, I would say maybe his. What do I want to do dark? No, I'm going to do flame effect on the spear. So we'll also get that white. And it doesn't have to be this titanium. It's Meeden This is the only thing. I bought this specifically just to have white, and it's the brand is Meeden, Meeden, and it's their titanium white. I got 2 tubes of it. Um, because and it's half the price of Citadel or Army Painter, and finding a good white that has good coverage is very difficult. That stuff works great. I've got Necrons I'm working on. I've got Eldar. I've got Sisters of Silence, or if you want to call them female custodies. And that's a custodes right there. Can you imagine like a woman in that? Hi, my name's Martha. Yeah, you've been using some some Anadrol there, Martha. Was with 1/2 Charlie. Let's see. Don't forget the dong. My parents sent me to conversion camp last month. What? Conversion camp? What's that? Different mediums act different. My metallic paint pens smell like they're killing brain cells. Yeah. What did Blayla say? I missed that comment. Made a wet paint palette out of a glass Tupperware, wet paper towel, parchment paper on top. Yep, that's the way to go. I don't think I'll ever buy one of these again. What do you do for work? As little as possible. I'm in commercial construction. How do you play Warhammer? Is it like D&D? Yeah, so if you go to Games Workshop or any of the stores, you can buy one of these this is a 9th edition little starter kit. I bought it because I needed some Necrons, and of course it comes with intercessors. Primaris Lieutenant, 5 Assault Intercessors, and then the Necrons, it comes with a Royal Warden, 10 Necrons, and 3 Canopic Scarab Swarms. But I really needed the Warden, and I'm doing kit bashing, so I'm going to do a diorama where an Imperial Knight and I've got a Titan in a box up there. I actually have an Imperial Titan. I'm going to be smashing the crap out of a bunch of Necrons, so this comes with everything you need for a little starter game. It's got a board, it's got some objectives, and it's got everything. It's got everything you need to play. And you basically do a little. It takes about an hour. It's just a short, like 6-on-6 or whatever, like tiny. It's a point. It's based on points. So you get a certain amount of points, and each character is worth points. Example. This is a main character, and he boosts the stats of everybody around him. So he might cost, let's say, 500 points if you got 1,000. Whereas a regular Space Marine might be 100 points. I know that's not what it is, but you get the idea. So you have a certain amount of points to spend. So you can either have a whole bunch of like cheap characters that are 50 to 100 points, or you can have one badass. And then, from there, it's a lot like Dungeons and Dragons, where it's dice rolling. It comes with the books. It comes with the sheets that tell you what the characters can do. You roll for effects. You roll for defense. You roll to move. Pretty straightforward. It's a lot. It sounds complicated, but once you get into it, it's actually pretty easy. I mostly love painting these things, so playing is like cool. I've got a 5,000 point Salamanders army. 7S, what's up? Wife's in the freezer. I painted with my neighbors. We have regular jobs. Yeah, the same here. I do commercial construction. Thinking about picking up a box of 40k buddies for painting practice. Buddy recommended me some nuns. Looking into it. So here's what I would do: go on eBay and buy somebody else's old shit. So I actually bought these. This is they were already put together. Someone already primered them silver. That doesn't matter. And I got a whole bag of them for $20, Whereas if you go buy new kits, and I have boxes upon boxes of these things laying around. For example, this is just a strike squad of Grey Knights. This was $60. I could buy probably these put together on eBay for $20. Or here's the cool thing: you can make money too. If you paint these really well, you can sell them for hundreds of dollars. People will pay you for well painted miniatures. And I've got a ton of them. I'm working on I want to put together a Inquisition army. So these are all characters that I have that are in the stories. I bought them one by one. This one right here is that's Inquisitor Draxus. He was $35 for one of these. This is Watch Captain Artemis of the Death Watch. He was $38. So, you know, you could save yourself some money, go on eBay and see what people are selling just to get rid of. And or you can go on Etsy and buy a commissioned piece, a knockoff for this. I think I paid $15 for that. That would have been $180 if I would have got the Games Workshop one. Have you ever done cocaine? Yes. Been a long time though. Thank you, Black Snack. I appreciate that. Normally I do training, but I hurt myself, so now. But I actually really love doing this stuff. What will you do with those? Most of the time, I put them in my display case. I have inside. I have a display case. Maybe I'll before I end the stream, I'll go in and show you guys. Yes, you heard money, BJB. That is correct. If you learn to paint these well, like for example, I paid $25 for this guy. He's Vulcan Heastan. He's worth a lot on the tabletop. He's well sought after. If you play the Salamanders, I could sell him for probably $150. Painted like this. I would probably chooch it up a little bit. This is what I call tabletop plus. It's covered with polyurethane so that you can finger screw it and it won't smudge it all up. If I was going to commission it for an art piece, like a display piece, I would have it even more well painted. But this guy's designed to play on the table. And so if you actually paint an army to this standard, you can make thousands of dollars. But here's the thing. It is tedious, and to get in, people are really picky. But if you put together a nice, 3-color, 4-color with highlights and shading army, yeah, people, you can make some money. The only thing that sucks though is sometimes Games Workshop, that for whatever reason they'll take old armies and take them out of the game and then update with newer models. So every once in a while that happens. What do I have to take to look like you? A beating. Let's see here. Commitment, dedication. Thank you. Can you stick it up me bum? I don't know. Get with my wife and we'll see if we can schedule something. Testosterone. More than that. I take what's old man trend, we'll call it. It's a dihydroboldenone. It's a DHB. And not that much either. I would like to say this is 10 years of training and 20 years of bad decisions. I know nothing about this, but super cool to see you in the sandbox. Right on. Yeah, exactly, Christina. You got it true. Wait, no, you don't have it. You just take drugs and wake up and look like this. I was like, oh my god, it's like the super serum from Captain America. Figure screw. Shall we trademark that phrase for your I want, you know what I wanted to say instead of screw. Uh, um, yes, I said finger screw. I meant, for, when kids touch your stuff and get peanut butter all over them and smudge everything, it's called finger F. Take the spear and swing. Okay. All right, Morley. Have you ever made any D&D figures? Yes. So I got offhand. Let me see here. This one's not painted, but we have him, and I got like a little spider, and this is it's an adventure. She's holding a MP P90. No, that might be an MP5. I don't know. And then this right here, I forgot what he's supposed to be. That's D&D, or no, that's from Riffs. My daughter's got a bunch painted in the house, but she is working on skinks from Warhammer Fantasy. This little skink army, and unfortunately, a couple of them. I dropped my screw gun on these, and I broke a couple, so I gotta fix them. But she also paints. This is just the first coat. So what you do is when you paint these, you paint the base colors. So if it's purple, it's purple. If it's yellow, it's yellow, and you go with something that's thick and dark, opaque. And then you hit it with the beginner way to do it is you hit it with like a shader, so like a neem oil or something like something that's gonna sink into the crevices and darken it, and then from there you highlight it. You can use a dry brush or whatever. So that all the raised pieces you go with a lighter color. So then when you're done, you have 3 tones, and then if you want to get fancy, you can do edge highlighting. And then when it's done, it's good enough for the tabletop. But if you really want to get into display pieces, there's like 4 or 5 more steps. And then, of course, there's like airbrushing. We haven't even touched on that. Do you need surgery to fix your bicep? Yes. I'm going to probably get surgery on Friday. Tell your daughter she's doing a great job. Before I cut the stream off, I'll show you in the display case some of the pieces she's done. She does some really good work. All right. So now, what color do I want to go with? Let me see here. These are speed paints. I'm going to try these out. I just bought these. I've never used them. I need like a purple. This is yellow. Red. Speed paint medium. Oh, I guess that's for gold. We have speed paint gold? Interesting. Gray. Dark wood. Plasma bolt. Ooh. Crusader skin. Green. Rim black. Bone. Pink. Green. These are all greens. There we go. Purple. Let's see what that does. Brown. Color skin. Murder scene. No, we're not going to do that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to Let's see here. So many options. I want to go with fluorescent. I really want this thing to glow under a black light. So after I go over this, after this dries and I hit the after I do the raised portion of it, this will just be in the recesses. Oh, I should have done yellow first. That's all right. All right. Let that dry for a minute. We'll do another coat. So imagine, if you will, it looks like a big orange stripe down his back, but those scales are going to be dark. So the only thing that's you'll see is like the effect I'm going for is underneath the scales. I want it to be orange. So that's why I'm getting it really watery, so it really gets in the. This is going to be a showpiece. All right. So while that's drying, we can switch to get some nocturne green going here. And I'm going to do his armor. Actually, that's probably going to be gold, but I don't know that yet. So that's fine. Have you ever played Warhammer? Yes. What are we watching? I'm painting Warhammer miniatures. Do you like Star Wars? Hell yeah. I don't like the new Star Wars. Christina, I might take your man from you. Not likely. It's called The Shining. Red Rum. I didn't see the previous comment. Sorry, the only problem with doing this is the first time I've done a live stream on painting. It's an experiment because I wanted to see how well I would be able to chat with you guys and actually accomplish a task. It's easy to get sucked in to both talking and painting. And if I was watching some dude paint, I would be bored really fast. So I got to make sure and keep up with the chat here. How can you not like the new Star Wars? You're talking about Palpatine's back? No, I actually despise the new Star Wars. But I like the Clone Wars. I liked the animation that what's his name? God, I can't think of his name now. All the stuff that Lucas did, the prequels, the sequels. It's just the last three that were done by what's that name? What's the guy's name? Bad Robot. J.J. Abrams. I thought those movies were an abomination. The last movie was so bad, I was insulted by it. There's just a bunch of Star Destroyers come out of the Earth. Look at that. Where the hell did you get? Where people are just so many plot holes. It's like it can hurt my brain. Congo, what's up? Thank you. Guy looks like he knows a guy. Yeah, I know a guy. How hard could you throw a baby? Pretty hard. It's got me locked in. You got a good back and forth. Thank you. I just don't want to get too sucked in. So paint this guy Nocturne green. I probably didn't need to do the whole character, but it doesn't matter. We just get all the little nooks and crannies here, you know. So the base coat can be sloppy. It doesn't, you're not really looking for perfection here. We're just coating it. You don't want it to be too thick. You don't want it to be too thin. Too thick, it starts getting kind of like, where you can see the paint, like gummy. So what I do is I water it down. Your coat should always be like 1-to-1 at least water to paint. Metallics can be the exception to that. But what that prevents is it doesn't gum up your details. So when it dries, all of your details will be visible. And then from there, you can go darker, just put another coat on it. Or you can go right into right into highlighting. So we got a good base coat on him. Always, 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 always clean your brushes. And then I have ow, ew, that hurt. I use a brush cleaner. It's dirty by, I can't see the brand name, but basically it's like a waxy substance, and it's like a soap. Cleans your bristles out. And then when you're done, you just form the brush tip. So if you look at my kids, I do not allow them to use my paintbrushes. This is the kids' paintbrushes. I see a difference there. These look like garbage. They always want to use Dad's brushes, which are over here, and I won't let them because these are expensive and they ruin them. Look at that. It looks like it was never used. All right, get these guys back on. That one. Let's see here. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we will use this one. So, right down the spine of this bad boy. I wouldn't be taking that much time with this one if it was just going to go on the tabletop, but because this is going to be a showpiece. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Poor guy's in pain. Yeah. What did Peter say? Pietre. I'm sure Chris knows how we watch many other people. I'm leaving that alone. He's doing pretty good right now, Mama. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm okay. So here's the thing. It it's painful, but it's not. I I severed the tendon, popped off. It's off the bone. So there's nothing to like. When I move it, there's nothing yanking on it. So if you had like a partial tear, it would be excruciating. I'd probably have to have my arm in a sling. But because it's severed, it doesn't really hurt. Where it's really painful is like when I move my arm in certain directions, or if I grab something and I put a little weight on it. Oh man, it shoots a pain up my arm and it just bring you to tears. And my lord, it's like getting punched in the tenders. Like like Charlie Brown's lining up for a kick and he puts one right. uh, Partials hurt, full tears don't. Exactly. Well, they can. Greetings from Russia. I will call you Air Up. How long ago? Sunday night. Sunday. Yeah, I did it on live stream too. You guys can go back and treat yourself to a horror show if you so desire. So now, here is the question. I'm thinking purple. So when I did this is supposed to be salamander skin. So I did purple and then hit it with a shader and then dry brushed orange over it. God, I spent so much. I wish you guys could see the detail on this thing. I spent so much time on this little dude. Uh, I love painting these things so much. The only reason why I don't do it more is because takes a half hour to settle. You know, you can't just like. Well, that's what's awesome about the paint markers. Is a lot of times you can, like once you have your base coats down, you can then come in with the paint marker and just get right after it. Um, but a lot of times I don't paint because of how long it takes me to just get going. And I'm indecisive. I don't know what I want to paint. I don't know if I want to use the speed paint. I don't know if I want to use the old fashioned like triple coat method, the old tried and true. And then a lot of it is like I'm new to airbrushing and I'm new to the speed painting, so I'm scared to try new things out. So I hold myself back. And here's the cool thing: if you ever like want to strip, like say you paint it and it looks like garbage, you're just like, wow, this is horrible. Just take some rubbing alcohol, soak her overnight, and rinse it off. Spent 30 minutes trying to make a single good picture of a mini painted, and it still feels like an affront to the work I put in. um, well, you're saying you're drawing the miniature, or you're trying to paint the miniature? Can you still squat with a safety bar? I can still squat. Squatting's not the issue. Uh, Deliver DoorDash orders. My workday begins in 3 more hours. Man, doing what you got to do. I salute you. I'm multi-talented. Well, thank you, Amon. I'm, I'm definitely into a lot of things. I don't know if I'm talented, but I appreciate it. I just like creating. Um, I like building my own stuff, like carving, drawing, painting. But you do create with the miniatures too. Like, for an example, this is actually two kits put together. I put and then to create this little Necron dude, I got the plastic welder and I got a model and I bent him in a bunch of different directions. And um, like this one here, I actually melted and stretched a bunch of plastic out to make it look like his head. I'm gonna paint this like fluorescent and glowing so make it look like his head's on fire, like popped off. Um, so you know a lot of it is okay. Yeah, it's paint by numbers. It's pre-made plastic kits, but you're still putting your talent into it. And there's some of the guys that do model figurine painting, like the real professionals. It's so amazing what they can do. Um, Painting the mini can't get the detail to show in the photos. So here's what you do: make a white box, white. You take a box and line it with white sheets of paper. Right? So let's see if I can give you an example here. I'm gonna put him on white. So you got him on white, right? And it needs to be fully on the white so the camera can see it. Now, you want to get directional lighting. Piece of crap. Why aren't you working? Oh, did I leave it on? Let me see here. But the background needs to be white too. Uh, Come on. So it's just not gonna. I need a flashlight. There we go. So now we want to get like light over it, right? So you got them on white, and now you want to get your light in a direction. See how visible that is? Now imagine if the background where I am is also white. So you got back white, front white, and then You can build like a little arch and put lights around it, tape it to them like these little LED lights, or you can get um, like a light bar like I have up here. This one actually has dark lights, so I can do fluorescent. It's got the red, um, and it's got white. I can do like all three of them. But you can see you start finding the right angle, and then when you take the picture of it, it really brings the detail out. And then of course, as opposed to look now, it's all gone because it's all shadows. So lighting's a bitch. Lighting is a bitch, but it starts with get something that reflects all the light. Um, and then from there you can mess with your camera angles and find out, what works for you. Sometimes you combine some minis together and makes them better. Yeah. Truly lighting a green screen. Thanks, Dylan. I'm also married. Gonna glue together some poster board tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Just make white. That's all. They sell these boxes. They say they're basically light boxes, and it's like a white piece of plastic, and it's curved, and you can clip lights to it. Don't waste your money on that. Just get some printer paper and make a box. You could even like cut a hole in the top of it and put a flashlight on it. You can mess with it. I think that you need to have lighting in the back, lighting in the front, but you don't want to drown it out either. Uh, I would love to be in a superhero comic. There's a new white color. It's called Racist Beige. Uh, yeah, we're crafty here too. That's a good, yeah, crafty. Crafty is a good. Uh, so now, what is the next color here? So I guess we could do. Where's my metallics? Metallics. We wanted to use these. I actually have a whole bunch of silver. You know what? I'm not going to open it. Well, I was saving this to do my custodians. I bought this so I could paint custodians. I have so many open ones. Because what I really needed was shades of gold. It's hard to get a dark gold and then to highlight it with a lighter gold. It all just looks gold. So what a lot of people do is they use silver. Let's see here. We could use, lead belcher. That's a good one. The old standard lead belcher. This is a base color. It's kind of like a dark, thick silver. So you definitely want to water it down 1:1. And we're going to do his pauldrons. Now he's going to be gold colored, but I always use silver as a base for gold. Mm-mm. I love the detail of these Etsy models. Let's see, that's going to be white. Let's see. This to attract females. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is birth control. Watch the video of someone mixing green and silver to make a beautiful gold scrolling earlier. Ooh, I'll have to try that out. What are these things? They are Warhammer 40k miniatures. Yes. Good night to everybody. Mama of Mr. Popeye. Good night. I'm glad you stopped by. This is an experiment. I didn't know how well this was going to do. This man's generation saved us from Kamala. Damn right. Faded. Warhammer, hell yeah. How's the bicep feeling? I don't know if you can see it. It's purple. See, it not great. It's actually not that painful because it's completely detached, and I haven't lost too much articulation. So, the doc was telling me that a lot of guys will elect not to do the surgery because they don't lose much range of motion. But I would never get full strength back. So I told him that was not optional. And, a lot of guys, they don't want to take time off from the gym either. They're afraid they're going to shrink. Whatever. You got to take time off from training to heal. At what point is it a sickness? So the definition of addiction is a habit that you are unable to stop with negative consequences. So, we could say, you're addicted to working out. You go to work out and train every day. Okay. What are the negative consequences? Nothing. What if you're hurting yourself? And but you can't stop training. It might be a problem. So if these guys, if you're not, or if they can't come off the sauce, if the doctor says you got to cut out everything because you're going to do surgery and you're going to shrink a little bit. I had a pretty good physique as a natural, so I would probably go back to that. But if you're one of those kids that just started working out using PEDs, you're going to lose everything. If you had a decent physique as a natural person, you'll go to that approximately. And a lot of guys, if you're unable to do that, at that point it might be time to seek counseling, because that's no bueno. You got to be able to heal yourself. I mean, it sucks. Nobody wants to lose all their gains, but I've done it before, and they come back pretty quickly. A solid couple months of training, you'll be right back to where you were, depending on the injury, of course. You break your back, as opposed to popping a bicep. If you got to get the ACL surgery, or it depends on what the injury is. Some of back in the day, it used to be career-ending, and now it's all pretty routine stuff. Let me do his helmet here too. Nice coat of lead belcher. That's gonna look badass. I'll do his crest too. Oh yeah. It doesn't look like much yet. Let's see, yeah, we'll do that. The only problem with these Etsy pieces is they're not one-to-one to Games Workshop. So sometimes you gotta use your imagination a little bit. But my techniques for painting super simple. It's a 3-stage process. Basically, base color, darken or shading, highlighting, and then edging. Though edging means something weird these days. So it says, I'm edging. Like, edging and painting literally means painting the edges to have a highlighted color. So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see here. More tax cuts, more deregulation, more fringe, less friends, less allies. Trickle down game. Grant plus bicep is like yours also. He never got his fixed. Put this man in some armor. He tore from lifting. The generator thing that makes air compressor. You're talking about something important that's cool, but I want to say it's really cool what you're doing here. My friend is one of the coolest collections of Space Marines I've ever seen. I love Warhammer. Love, 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 love. No bones about it. Down with pinched nerve and arm, and for some reason suddenly got a herniated disc, and I have no idea how. I'm bummed I can't train for a few weeks, but 42 PR in my bench press. Sweet, berserker. Down with pinched nerve and arm. Which word? You got an ulnar nerve? Which nerve is pinched? I can give you some exercises to help with that. If you tell me where it's pinched. Seen some you painted before, they look amazing. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, he didn't still hangs on like his arm moves around. Yeah. Well, if you really, if you're not athletic or if you're not physically, like you're not trying to lift a lot of weight, you don't really need to get the surgery. But there is some range of motion or some function he will be losing by not getting it reattached. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of guys, they don't get the surgery. They don't care. They're fine with it. I am not. I want to be symmetrical. You know, usually I'm not an advocate of surgery. I think surgery should be a last resort. If you haven't completely torn something, you should always try to rehab it because it'll come back and you'll heal stronger. You'll be stronger than you were before. What are you painting? Warhammer figurines. Warhammer. You tear your muscle. No, I tore the tendon right off the bone. Index finger numb or dull pain, armpit, arm to index finger. So, starts at your armpit? Is that what you're saying? Catching bushes, yeah. He always says it hurts and is weaker. Still works, though, somehow. Well, has he ever looked into just getting it fixed? I mean, it's a pretty routine surgery. Like, if he's gone a long time, they might have to go up there and pull it down. With the nerve not attached to muscle would degrade as well, yeah. Max bench. My max bench was 425. My brother paints those. Yeah, so this is a 3D printed one, as well as this one. This one is two. These are all Games Workshop. I got a good mix. I got both. I got 3D printed and only comment I want to be with you when I grow up, Miguel. Thank you. So, nerve. So your fingers are numb. We should stand back. So the one stretch you want to do is you want to get your palm up, and you want your neck. You want to stretch your neck, and then you want to do palm down. What that does is it glides the nerve inside, in and out of the sheath in your elbow. So basically, you're moving your neck with your hand, and then you want to do the same thing. You want to try to bring your hand as bent as possible up, and then down all the way. Just move it through that range of motion. Bring it back. So we want to foot forward. This is for your carpal tunnel. And then this is for the ulnar nerve. You want to release that. So, but it starts with the neck. So you might have to get somebody in here to start at the neck and massage out armpit to here. That's going to be the head movement. And once you get to if your fingers are numb, now we're looking at you got to find some way of releasing. So a lot of times what you can do is get a heavy weight. Like a dumbbell or something. Yeah, we're laying around. But imagine you're holding the weight and just let your arm hang and then articulate it through its full range of motion and then pick her straight up. Same thing, you want to like move her forward, move her backwards. What was the other stretches we were doing? Real basic stretch, but that's the big one, is just the hand up and down, neck. Try to get that nerve moving through the elbow. The Rizzler. Oh shit! I forgot I was wearing these. Sorry, Christina. I didn't think about it. I'm sitting down here, so oops. Let's see here. Just drink the same juice he does. Also, a lot of the high-low rep weight resistance band training is good to get the blood flow to the arm. Yes. Warrior, what's up? How can I start getting into Warhammer? What helps to hate money? I just give you a sub like 2 for that. Thank you, Daisy. If you want to see if you like Warhammer or not without a huge investment, go on eBay and just buy someone else's kits that they sell. A lot of times they sell those. Where did that box go? That starter box I had. A lot of people will buy those for certain things, like if they're missing maybe they need. It's the cheapest way to get intercessors, and then they'll just sell the rest of the box. So they'll sell these sprues, just like they sell these. I put them in a bag and just sell them, and it's usually like a complete couple of models. Or people will sell models that they put together, and maybe it just sat on their workbench forever, and they're like, I'm not over it. I don't want to do it anymore. And they'll sell them for like really, really cheap. So go ahead and buy yourself some. You can get like tons of orcs or like old ones, old, like 9th, 8th edition stuff that's not even in there. You just get a couple figurines and then watch a few tutorials on YouTube how to do basic painting. I got these, when you buy paints from Army Painter, they come with these painting guides. I don't like these. I think these really overcomplicate the shit out of it. My painting is so simple. I literally prime it, paint it, color it in like you're coloring crayons in, whatever color. Like if it's supposed to be green, I paint it dark green. And then I take a shader, like where is it at? Like a darkener, something that's like it's So this is dark shade, and it's a really watery black, and it'll seep into the cracks, and it'll make the cracks dark, leaving the bumps lighter. And then you go over and lighten it. So all the raised parts, you put a lighter color. And then when you're done, you do a little edge highlighting. And that's like, what, 4 steps? And this is the end result of that. It's a I call it tabletop ready. It looks decent on a tabletop. If you have a whole army that's painted to this spec, when you show up, it's gonna look great. Is it professional? No. But it's a good compromise between looking really good and not taking your entire life. I love seeing the creative side of military personnel. Do you have any Star Wars ones? Yes, I do. I'll have to show you my display case before I get offline. Looking through eBay listings for damaged pieces, looking for something cool to glue together. Yeah, so I started with Salamanders. I think they're awesome. I love me some Salamanders. I have a whole Salamanders army. This is Grey Knights. I started him. I didn't finish him. I need... oh, this is a Dungeons and Dragons one. That's made of pewter. Where is the glue? Oh, here it is. When I dropped my phone earlier, I said it didn't damage anything. I lied. I found a piece that damaged. But the cool thing about, so the plastic sprues that Games Workshop sells is, I believe, CPVC, and this plastic cement actually welds the glue together, or the plastic together, it melts them. It chemically reacts. The resin ones that are made with 3D printers, this stuff will not work on them. You have to use super glue. Super glue works good for most things, but plastic cement is permanent. It will not break apart. You'll break the plastic before you break the cement. Let him sit up here. All right. Put that back in there. Okay, now what are we looking for? We need a dark purple. McCrag blue. There we go. Let me see, give me a dry brush here. Make sure that's dry. Cool. No, guys, give me a second. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be back. All right. So reboot that. Did I lose everybody? All right. What happened to the comments? I was right into this kid 20 years ago. Still have my Warhammer. Break him out, Luke. Dig it up. Hell yeah. Hope your natural I'm about as natural as a Nature Valley granola bar. How old are you, Charity? I'm 50. Wet. Where you at, buddy? Let's see. Salamanders are great. They live to save others, I think. They're about as close to good guys as you can get, but they'll still um, get their murder on with some heresy. uh, let's see here. The other ones must be so cool. Easy. What other comments did I miss here? If my wife deleted it, I'm not reading it. My husband paints a lot of Hot Wheels. Cool. No, that's awesome. We also do Gundam. 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 Got a bunch of these too. I will, before I get off stream, I will show you guys my display case. It's not that great yet, but it's coming along. How's the bicep? It's screwed. I don't know if you can see her purple. It's completely detached. So on the left side is look at that bad boy. This one's like, yeah, something wrong. Something's not right. Oh, no, what happened? I still got those bad boys over here. Yeah. Ow. I deserve that. So they're gonna fix it on Friday, tentatively scheduled for surgery. All right. So this is gonna be a lot like a dry brush. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna work the way I thought it was gonna. Why do I have the Friends theme song stuck in my head of all things? The first episodes of Gundam were badass with Wing Zero and Epion. Which ones you like, babe? You like the one where they all died? The orphan one. My son would love this. He builds models, mostly cars for now. We do models too. I got a F-22 Raptor I need to put together. My daughter loves model cars, but when I get her to come out here and paint with me, right now she's inside playing video games with her friends, I believe. What time is it? Holy shit. See, that's the other problem, is this is a forward-only time machine. Like, it literally seems like it's been an hour. Okay, so you can kind of see where it's like got a fire effect where like it's glowing under the scales. That's what it's going to look like. So now we can start getting darker on the scales themselves. This is very tedious, but as are all good things. It's not going to be purple. Purple's the undercoat. It'll look a lot like his coat does. Let's see if I get better lighting here. If you can see the colors there, that's what it's kind of going to look like. Because this is a skin made out of that same lizard. For anyone that's interested in lore, the salamander is the fire-breathing wingless dragon that is native to their homeworld. Now, let's see, give it an undercoat here. Oh, god damn it, I broke his fucking son of a bitch. I'll fix that later. Delicate. The other bad part about resin is it is delicate. You're watching me paint lizards. Let's sort of turn it out. You sort of see the glow underneath there. Like I'm still in like step one here practically with this bad boy. Seen such a huge guy paint teeny tiny figures. They are. Giant robots. Oh yeah, I just checked. Gundam was made in '81. Yeah. Look up. Almost fell asleep to this. How can I improve my squat form as a tall guy? I'm going to recommend to you a guy that actually helped improve my squat, despite the fact that we're different sizes. His name is Zach Tellender, and he is an Olympic lifter. Zach Tellender. I think he's. I definitely would watch his videos, but now, in order for me to diagnose your squat, I would need to see it, and I would need to see it from the side. So you would have to upload a video and either send it to me via Instagram or in some way. Instagram's the easiest way. Just shoot a video of you squatting, and then my Instagram is, if you go on my main page, like right now, if you click my little that guy right down there or wherever, go to my page, and right under there's my Instagram. You send me a video, I can diagnose and coach your squat up. Uh, yeah, tall people are presented with a lot of challenges, but it really depends on your ankle and knee mobility. How far over your toes can you get your knees? Would you say you have any squat limitations? You big John, be mindful of the angle your feet are turned. Yeah, so I mean all that. Like we would look at all that. I would look at his moment arm, which is the hips to knees, and what we look for in the side is we look for the bar to be moving in a straight up and down path. Now, like depending on where on your back, high bar, low bar, that will depend center of gravity, whether you sit back into it or you move forward, whether we break at the hips first or break at the knees first. Um, I need to see all that. I need to see the length of his torso, where he's got the weight. I want to see, and I'll run it through what's called a barbell tracker. I have software where if you give me a side view, it'll actually show the line of the path of the bar, and it'll show everything from force to velocity, the whole 9 yards. I use the tracker myself when I'm training, but I would customize your squat to your, we'll say, mechanics. But now, if you have a obvious deficiency that you can point out and we could talk about. So as far as angle of the feet, everybody's got a natural impingement where the femur hits the hips, and a lot of that's going to clear that impingement for the average person. It's going to be about shoulder width. Well, there's a bell curve. Genetically speaking, some of us are taller, some of us are shorter, some of us have an impingement that's really narrow. So they go ass to grass with knees together. Some of them are really wide. That's the other end of the bell curve, the bad part. So it depends. For me, I'm about shoulder width. I go ass to grass with no problems. Um, I'm a hybrid squatter. I squat low bar, but I have the back somewhat high up, closer to my neck, and that's to sit me back into it more. No message, buy some paint. Oh, thank you, Alfers. I appreciate that. Uh, I've got a lot of mental deficiencies, wet shark. Don't we all? You've broken your femur before. Oof. You're that big guy who loves small things. I forget his name. He just called me a bad part. YouTube will take $6 of that. Hey, I don't do this for money, but I'm not gonna lie. Every bit helps. Because when I train for competition, we pay for all that, and it's this meat is costing me $325 non-refundable. It's not his fault I hurt myself. Now they're usually pretty good about comping a meet, so I can probably compete at the next one. But he doesn't have to. There's nothing that says they have to do that. But little things like that. So we went to Worlds. We had to pay for room and board, and I did a GoFundMe. I had this one troll on the internet who was saying that I was stealing money from people with a GoFundMe, even though like I totally streamed the entire event, and it was about $900 to pay for gas and hotel room and food, and that was for well, how long were we out in Alabama for, babe? I don't remember. Was it like 4 or 5 days? Um, we drove from Vegas to Alabama. I don't think I'll do that again because if we would have flown, we could have stayed out there and actually enjoyed it. Oh yeah, the reason why he said I was ripping people off is because I got injured. That was the competition. I blew my shoulder out, and I lied. I said I was going to get national records, and I didn't because I injured myself. So he was saying that I was a charlatan. And he's just trolling, like whatever. But still, um, I don't know what point I was trying to make. Like, I don't know what I'd be able to charge money for. I mean, I'm a USPA certified strength coach, so I'm not a trainer. I do things like correct form for lifting. We customize the lift for the lifter. We look at everything. We look at the length of your torso, the length of your arms, the length of your femur to your knees, your tibialis, everything. How far you get your knees over your toes, what kind of impingements you have, what kind of injuries are you working around. We do it all. For injuries, it's a matter of physical therapy. It's like trying to force your body back into its natural state. Some people can't, though. They have screws in their back. They got fused discs. They've got, but you know, we just look at. I don't look at it as limitations. I look at it as like a starting point. Like this is where you're at. This is where you're starting at. I don't know. I don't know if that turned out the way I wanted it to, but you could kind of see like the whole what I was going for was the back glowing, like under the scales. I think once I get the other colors on top of it, it'll fill in and look better. Because right now this is just the base coat. It's just purple. Like he looks like a Teletubby. Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. I can envision it. All right, so so it is 11:22. Thank you, T2. T2 could try going back with the orange, stabbing the bristles in the other side of the scales and going back over it again. Yeah. I'm gonna let it dry though. Yeah, a lot of it's experimenting. So, get the spear out of the way. I guess I could. Let me see here. Oh, this needs to be purple. This is actually salamander skin. I wanna kiss you all over. Over again. Till the night closes in. So many people in the chat are into Warhammer. Anybody? Anybody know like the lore of what I'm doing here? Homeboy, bearded dragon. All right. So these are gonna turn. Over again. It's the beginning of spring break. The kids are off. I'll still be able to train Muay Thai. I was talking to the coach, and I can do technique days. What was your cycle? Normally I do testosterone and DHB. Uh, Luke B, good evening, greeting. I'm giving you, thank you. Fella, what's up? Love to see it finish. I'm subscribing now. Too invested. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, well, until I heal, it's not that I can't train, so you guys will still see me doing like my legs still work. So I'm not gonna give up training, but I am gonna take like a week off, and then just do this. As I've got ton, dude. I've got so many. I got an Imperial Knight up there. I mean, I have a Titan. I have a freaking Titan I need to paint. I got Orcs. I got Sisters of Battle. Uh, I got tons of Grey Knights. I got Custodes. I got Tau. I got Imperial Guard. I got Necrons. Like, man, whatever I can paint this base. So this is going to be lava. So that should be white. Start with that. Oh, oh. That closes in. That is so cool. Red there. Let's see here. We'll do shading. Oh, wait, no. That's not the right one. Son of a bitch. Just go on black. Mango's purple. That's contrast. Where the hell? Thunderhawk blue. Contrast. White. Ebony iron. Let me see this one. It's just silver. Well, I guess I could do black. Let me see here. It comes out like a gray. That'll work. shade that. Let that dry for a little bit. Alright, let's get some of the comments here. I've seen some oxymorons in my time, but here takes the cake. Massive killing machine. Yeah, I do play. Who was that? That was King. Yes. Sing a song, sir. Wait, it's Punisher. He's definitely tough dude's got a torn bicep, not even acting like it. Put on some tunes, I should. Bro's looking like a Primarch. What did you say, buddy? You look familiar. 1994 to 2003, 4 years active duty, a little bit of reserve time. Got injured in '03. Was 5th Battalion, 11th Marines, Romeo Battery, 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit. It reminds me of Bobby from The Soprano with the trains. Yeah. So I started reading all the books. Is there a specific order to follow? For this? New. I would just, oh, I really like, no, you don't. You just dive in. You know what I mean? There's a couple of channels on YouTube that do lore. One of them is Lutin, Lutin09. I started listening to him. Just I don't know. It's so easy to get like lost in the lore of this stuff. I would consider it, up there with like Lord of the Rings or like the Silmarillion. I need to let this dry. Shit. What can I paint in the meantime? Go back in. Actually, you know what, guys? It's 11:39. I should probably get off. I'm gonna find a good breaking point here. Ooh, 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 too wet, too wet. This is gonna look wonderful. Right now, it doesn't really look like much. Yet. So I gotta go over it with what? Red? Dry brush. You or Chef Rush in an arm wrestle, who's got it? Probably Chef. I don't. Anybody that challenges me to arm wrestling, I'm like, You know what though? I'm stronger than that motherfucker. I guarantee you, I outlift him. Yeah. What's up, A? Thank you for answering and thank you for your service. You're welcome, Olga. Sorry, I got sucked in there. I'm new. This is new for me. I'm trying this out. Great to see people out here doing what they love, regardless of what others think. Hell yeah, man! That's the whole thing about it. Like I do illustrating, I do tattoos, I paint whatever. I mean, just um, ever played any of the games? Yeah, absolutely. You could beat Caitlyn Jenner in a decathlon. Hell no. Space Marine. What's up, Joker? Caitlyn Jenner. I had to think about that. Caitlyn's. Which one's Caitlyn? Is that his name? Is he going by? Is he going by Caitlyn? So now I need a dark red. That's matte varnish. What is this getting stuck on? Oh, okay. Leave that there. To the night comes in. Where is all of my... This is why I bought new paints, because I can't find any old ones. Thanks, Aiden, if you're still listening. Speed paint. No, but I need a dry brush. That's what Dragon red. Or do we go with basilisk red? Let's see. Oh, God, that hurt. Son of a bitch. Okay, don't shake on that arm. I need the green. Let's see this one. All right. Dark green. Dry blood. That's a good color. I need dark green. It's gonna come together a little bit, huh? Oh shit! Whoa! All right, reminds me of the dogs from Riddick. Yeah, I love the prequel too. I can't remember the name though. Riddick. Milwaukee Sniffs. No, these are Army Painter ones. I do have a pair of those though. God damn it! These bad boys. They work pretty good. But these aren't bad either. They work pretty good. Prequel. Let's see. The prequel to Riddick. Let's see. There was There's Chronicles of Riddick. There was something dark. What's the name of that? Perfect Dark? Yeah, something dark. I can't remember. I'm painting down here. You can't even see. I'm like, oh, what do you think? Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. When I come back, I'm gonna do. We're gonna start really doing detail work. He's gonna turn from silver to gold. He'll wind up looking. When it's all said and done, he's gonna look a lot like that guy. And I'm going to work on getting a little better lighting because I got a better response to this than I thought I would get. So we will continue. Plus, what the hell else am I going to do? I'm all busted up. Make sure my paintbrushes are clean. We were close. Yeah, I've had the hiccups for like 5 minutes now. Nice. Peyton, what are you doing? Well, I'm cleaning up. I was painting Warhammer figurines, which I had intended on doing. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. This is something I used to do regularly. If you go on my channel, I have videos where I talk and I show time-lapse streams. Oh, shit. And I think I have a playlist called Warhammer and Friends. It shows all my hobby stuff. Oh my god, I broke him off. Son of a bitch. Actually, you know what? I should leave him off so I can paint him. That's a really good idea. See, the only problem with these resin models is you have to use super glue, and super glue is super fragile. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave him off because now I can paint him freely. That's a good idea. Glad you mentioned it. But I need to protect him so he doesn't get damaged. We're gonna set him back here. Back here. So now what's cool about these wet palettes is you can just cover them up, and the water, they're kind of watertight, so not watertight, but they keep the moisture in. So the paint out here in the desert, it doesn't last very long. Where's my glue here? Let's see. I want to wash the brushes. Oh, cleanup is a bitch. I didn't even use these. Just bound in the determined to break these things. They're so fragile. That's the other issue. The brushes that need to be cleaned. And then I think next time I get on, I'll break out the airbrush. We'll do some of that. I'm going to rearrange my desk too so you guys can get a better view of everything. Because right now, it's pretty limited. I have a ton of cool stuff up here. You guys can't really see it. You go here. As a matter of fact, you come here. Get you protected. Oh, yeah, before I get off the stream, you guys wanted to see my display case, correct? We get a 1 in there if you guys want to see that. Who wants to see the display case? Fragile. All right. So, I guess, because you know, it reminded me. Him, I want to put him back. I know you really can't see him, but I worked my ass off on this guy. So, definitely go. So we'll check out the display case here. Everything's got a home. I love this paint carousel. It's actually they sell this for makeup. It's supposed to be for like hairdressers or whatever. I don't know, maybe beauticians or something. This goes up a hill. The kids' painting side's over on that side. Make sure I got, let me see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21. So we got roughly about 150 figurines that are out that just need to be painted. And I've got another maybe 300 that need to be put together in boxes. It's a disease, people. Seek help. All right, I'm going to show you guys my display case. Put him back. Ooh, after I break him. Dylan, what are you doing?
Playing games.
Just playing Roblox. God, is this all your laundry?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Oh, you did everything, huh? You did that whole bedroom. Hold on here. He goes up here. Oh, I knocked him over. Okay, so where's the light? There it is. So, these are my Salamanders. We can see, like, those are my Outriders. These are my anime figurines. He fell. Down here's Grey Knights. These are ones my daughter painted. Some of them, well, we both did. She did the Dungeons and Dragons ones. I guess the lighting was a little better. It's hard to see. And then we got Orcs down here. And Chaos Marines. And then we get some down here, is just like random collection of stuff. Up here's all the Gundams. So that's the display case, and it's getting bigger by the day. And I can add shelves to it, so I can actually block it across the doorway if I want, or maybe make another row along the side. But anyways, I don't know what you guys think, but that's I know we have like more collectibles in this house, but I love it. Okay. Have you played Warhammer? I better with that huge ass Salamanders army of mine. But yeah, we do. I have a 5,000 point Salamanders army. Just getting into Warhammer. So, Black Templars are awesome. Just start with start with I don't know, like a kill team size thing. What do you do for a living? I buy Diddy's oil. Let's see. Yeah, they actually got a place by the house where they have tournaments. Well, here, I guess I'll turn in case you guys didn't see this. This is just what we're working on my workbench. I got those are Salamanders, Firedrakes, which are Terminators. Ooh, don't ruin that. It's a company cap. That's, let's say Imperial Guard. That's another Firedrake. Custodes. Got Necrons over here. Big old Necron. Eldar. I started painting those. Tau. Not to mention all the unopened boxes. There's objectives. There's battle sisters. I got but unopened boxes of just. We got some kits, and then under here I got Gundams and just some model kits. Just got crap everywhere. You know what it is? You shouldn't, but when you go to the store to look at stuff, you see a new kit, and you're like, "Ooh, I want that one." And you're like, "Yeah, finish the ones you got." I'm like, I forgot the boxes up there. I got two Imperial Knights, one Titan, an actual Titan that I need to paint. I can't wait to do that. This box is all orcs. Orcs. Need some orcs. Have some orcs. Yeah, those are cool too. And then I got me. Holy shit. What do we have in there? Oh, more intercessors. Yay. More intercessors. Need some intercessors? I got intercessors. Have some intercessors. And I'm not even going to pull that. Oh, I got Gazkul. The Gazkul Thraka. Big old orc. I'm not going to pull that out, though. I don't know which Titan it is. It's that big box up there. I'll pull it out and take a look at it. And it's a 3D printed knockoff that I bought off Etsy, but it is an actual Games Workshop copy of it. It's a pretty faithful adaptation. So when I put it together and paint it, it should look just like the Games Workshop Titan for a quarter of the price. After I bought it, they removed the seller. Go figure. You a miniaturista? I don't know if I go. Yes, I am. Joker, he says that all the time. Yeah, I got dreadnoughts. I don't know if you saw in the display case. I had a couple of the old boxy boys, and then I got this bad boy right here. I'm working on. Killing some I don't have any of the new ones. I gotta get it. I'll pick one of those up. It's a very big box. Should I pull? No, I'm not gonna pull it down. I got a bunch of shit piled up there. I'll this weekend. I'll organize everything so you guys can see what I got. Thoughts on Jocko Willick? I don't know. He seems cool. I don't. Um. He's got. I can't think of anything bad about him. He's a lot more successful than I am. Do you have any Black Templar models? I don't. I don't. But I do have a Death Watch. That's my newest kick is Death Watch. I want to do an Inquisitor. I want to do an Inquisitor army. David Goggins. I don't care for David Goggins. I don't have anything bad to say about him. But to me, he's a little bit psychotic. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the guy's like, I could not keep up with him. I'm not even saying, I'm not criticizing him. I'm not saying I'm better than him. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying he annoys me. David Goggins is a heretic. Yeah. Like, could you imagine never being switched off, just going all the time? Hard. Like, have a little fun, dude. I'm going to eat a cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Have a Pop Tart. You got a little man. All right, guys, it's 12:08. This was a lot of fun. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. If you guys have any suggestions for me on how I can improve this process, I have a lot to paint and I got a lot of time to kill. With when I get surgery, I don't know how much training I'm going to be able to do. I'm still going to train. I'm still going to work out. I haven't given up on it. I imagine there's going to be some downtime. Like I don't want to. I worked hard for these. You work hard for the money. You did so hard for that money. What was that movie, Birdcage? So you better treat him right. Artium, hell yeah, thank you. You will never quit. No. But neither do you, baby. All right, guys. I love you guys. Holy shit, 151 likes? Wow. I wasn't even paying attention. I don't even know what I did for stream-wise. Logan, Semper Fi, brother. Hell yeah. What do you think of mercenaries, contract soldiers? I don't. I actually know some guys that do contract work. I guess it depends on. See, I don't know. I don't know much about PMCs, to be honest with you. I mean, we were over there with them. A lot of them did private security, that kind of thing. There was also a lot of like third-party businesses that were like rebuilding infrastructure, and a lot of them did security for that. So I'm just looking. Look at that. See that? See that? Look at that thing. And then this one's like, oh, oh no, God, why? Ugh. Well, I get surgery on Friday, so yeah. Love a piece chicken grease, baby. Next time, finish your stuff. Try getting the Chaos Imperium Knight. I'm so tempted to pull it down. So, just so you know what I'm looking at. It's inside. Oh, wait. Let me turn the camera around. Inside this box right here. It's 3D printed and it's in pieces. And either that one or this one has Knights Titan. That's a Titan. And I have two Knights. And I didn't come with instructions. So all these parts, and I was looking at this thing and I'm like, holy shit. So this is the elbow for one of them. So I don't know if you can see the size of it. Uh, it's a big fucker. It's huge. And I can't wait to. I've been wanting to tackle that thing for a while now, but I'm a little intimidated by it because it came with a bag of parts and no instructions on how to put it together. So I was watching videos on the Games Workshop Imperial Titan, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell do I do with this thing? So maybe you guys can help me put it together. All right. All right, guys. I love y'all. I will see you on the battlefield. Bam.